This is a quick overview of two cameras I have for sale. First one here is a Sony A77. This one is not functioning. It fell in the water, but after having sat for quite a while, I actually found that putting a battery in, so there's already a battery in there, I actually found that it actually does power up. Press the trigger, ask for date and time. Right now it's black. Take the cap off. Got here these standard Sony 16 50mm kit lens. Just going to mount this. You can see on the back here. Focus. I'll just put the actual camera focus. Focus works. Now you can go through the menus. You can go function button. You can use the scroll wheels to select different settings. Go back to menu. Go back through. You can use scroll wheels to select. Now what doesn't work is this actual button here, this multi-interface button, whatever this is, the joystick. You cannot select, and the joystick button up and down doesn't work. Every other button seems to work. If you take a picture, autofocus works. Take a picture, records to card, playback. You can scroll back through images that you've taken in the card. So it does actually record. So as far as I know, the only thing, because autofocus works, you can hear. So everything seems to work except for this joystick button. All different modes work. Manual, switch this, manual focus. So everything seems to work except for the joystick button. So if you switch to viewfinder, you can see there, viewfinder works. And that's about it. Display. Everything works. Flash. Go to auto. Flash. Works. Screen, body, everything in good condition. Turn it off. Take the lens off. You can see here. Sensor. Just pop the glass open. Everything's in perfect shape. There's no scratches, no dust. Has been used a fair bit, but I've taken care of it except for my dog dropping it into the water for me. So that's the one camera. That is the Sony A77, which has the GPS, and of course the infrared sensor as well. Now this one has been sent to Sony for repair. They said it was not feasible to repair. They sent it back, so I have not opened it. I have not fiddled with it, and I don't plan to. I'm just planning to just sell it as is. Optical, everything else seems to work fine. Second camera I have for sale is the A77 II. This is the one I bought to replace the A77. This one I recently dropped. I had the 11 to 18 mil on here, and you can see, dropped the camera, landed on the edge of the lens. Lens actually still works fine, besides being broken. Camera, however, started showing the IBIS error. So the image stabilization system has an error. So knowing the Sony rates for repairs, I decided not to send it in for repairs. So I'm just going to put it up for sale for parts. Again, everything cosmetically in good condition. The only thing is on the screen, you'll see that there's a small scratch, a couple small scratches here I used it on a stabilizer, and the camera was too big for the stabilizer, and it just scratched the screen there. Now, I did take this one apart and try to fix it. In doing so, it actually made it worse, and now it is actually unstable. But if you turn it on with the battery, it does power up. IBIS error. Take the front off, and what happens is, after a few seconds of not doing anything, it will actually just shut off. I think there's a short in the camera, and it shows camera error, turn power off, then on. Now if you turn it off, it does nothing. You have to actually take out the battery to clear the error. Put the battery back in, camera comes back on, turn power on, and camera's back up and running again. Now I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to put a lens on. Turn it to autofocus, and turn the front to autofocus. I'm going to turn the camera on, and you can see everything comes on. Now I can take a picture. I can adjust the shutter speed down to 1/40th. Okay, now I didn't actually take a picture, and within about 8 seconds it powered off. So I'm going to take the battery out again, put the battery back in, IBIS error. So now I'm going to actually take a picture. Okay, and now I'm going to wait. So I'm going to shut the shutter speed down. Now I'm going to take another picture. Take another picture. Now I'm going to go back and press play. And you can scroll through the pictures. They are on the card. Half press again. Take another picture. Now, as long as I keep taking pictures, the camera will continue to operate. So all the settings work. Program. Everything. So it records the card. It'll work fine. As soon as I don't touch anything for about 8 seconds, the camera will just error out. Waiting. And of course it's not going to do it now, right? So it's very erratic. Going to turn this to manual, turn this to manual, turn the camera off, remove the lens, turn it on. Now if you I found that if you actually, at the startup, the IBIS will shake to check, and that's when the error comes up. If you actually Now the reason it started to happen was because I dropped the camera. I found that if you bump it while starting the camera up, sometimes the IBIS error will go away. You can go into function menus and you can turn the IBIS on and off. If you turn it on though, it's really hard to get it off, because the only way to turn it off is if the error message doesn't pop up. So right now they're both turned off, so the camera works. So now you turn the lens to autofocus. Just want to show that sometimes the autofocus does work. Right now it's not working, but sometimes it actually does work. Like I said, it's very irregular. There it came off. Okay. Take the battery out. Put it back in. Just turn the manual focus ring. There you go. Yeah, like I said, this is for parts only. It's not working reliably, but I believe there's probably a lot of good parts available. I've seen lots of parts for sale online, so I'm going to take the battery out, close the door, memory card. So cosmetically, I mean, it's not new, it has been used, but there's no real damage other than the small scratch on the screen. Take the lens off. This one too, just show you the inside. There's the sensor. Multi-interface shoe. This one has the Wi-Fi instead of the GPS. And there you go. So got 2 cameras for sale. 4 parts, not working.